What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. Now today, unfortunately, we still don't have any news as to what's going to be coming next week, and it's kind of weird because this entire week, especially for players who have already played the Stampede events, we're just kind of just sitting here waiting for stuff to happen. So it is nice to get a little bit of a break from Treasure Cruise for a little bit, but at the same time, you know, having no content at all isn't always great. You know, it would be nice if there was something to do, but there's literally nothing to do on Global right now except for farming previous Stampede events. I think the Clash Lucci and Clash Sabo should be going live either today or in the next few days, so if you haven't done that, make sure to get that done. But in today's video, we're talking about just a piece of news that came out today, which was about the new support effects. There are a lot of characters here. Look how many characters we have here. Now, I want to try and go through all of them, but the thing is, there are so many, and I don't know how long this video is going to be, but, you know, if a character is just a stat booster or it just has a really lame ability, we're not really going to touch on it too much, but we'll get through it. We'll see how we go. A massive shout out to Godot on the One Piece Treasure Cruise subreddit Discord, because he's actually listed the IDs for each of the characters, so instead of just trying to locate them through their names, we have IDs here. Now, some of these characters on this list are not input on the database yet, so we don't know their exact abilities, but I think most of the ones that we don't know are relating to free-to-play units, so I guess that's not too bad, because most of the free-to-play units typically have stat boosting related support effects. But first things first, I'm going to start off with the legends first, because those are the most important ones that a lot of people want to know, right? So, for the first one we're going to go through is 870, which is version 1 Doflamingo. V1 Dofi, as well as his 6+. His 6+ does have a different support ability. I actually have no idea what his support effect is, so let's go ahead and have a look. Driven characters, 12% base stats. Okay, that is actually pretty good, not gonna lie. That's not terrible. 12% base stats considering he has, let's say, without the expansion. Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, it's not bad. It's not, like, amazing, but it's good. And then his 6+ apparently has a different one. So, to any driven character, once per adventure, when the supported character uses an orb converting or orb randomizing special, amplifies the effects of orbs of driven by 1.75 for one turn. This is a fantastic support effect. So any orb converting special that's driven. I'm trying to think off the top of my head, any driven character that changes your orbs. Ambush Linlin, I suppose? That's fantastic. Holy crap. So imagine using Ambush Linlin with this support. You'll get a 2.25 attack boost and a 1.75 orb boost with her. That's crazy. I mean, someone else that changes orbs would be like the Rare Recruit Pika. Into Rare Recruit Pika, I know he changes orbs and he's driven. I'm sure there's many. I mean, Colosseum NL, I guess, as well could work. There's plenty of characters this could be useful. This is a great support effect. I think I'll actually use medals to max this out. I don't know when I'm going to use it, but this is impressive. I like it. Great start off with Doflamingo. The next legend, 1085, is Isho, which is version 1 Fujitora. I don't know what this guy's all about with his support effect. Only supports the high-ranking Marines, reduces their from side by 5%, and adds 13% base attack. Okay, at least it's attack, not HP. And his attack is a little low, actually. That's pretty low. I don't think too many people are going to Limit Break expand this guy. I don't think he's got a Limit Break expansion on Global yet. Personally speaking, no, it's not very good. Next is going to be Aokiji, 1764. 6-star plus Aokiji. Okay, this guy's pretty cool. Let's see what he does. Once again, very, very similar. Yeah, the exact same support effect, but reducing from strength instead. Yeah, nah, doesn't really matter too much. I mean, you can use dupes, but I wouldn't go using support medals for someone like that. Now, here we go. This is a support effect I've been waiting on. Version 1 Akainu. This support effect is crazy. It supports any strength unit. Level 5, once per adventure when the supported character uses a damage dealing or health cutting special, changes all orbs into strength and boosts the attack of strength by 1.5 for one turn. The attack boost doesn't matter too much, but the orb changing is so good. The fact is you could partner this up with like Log Luffy support is another really good one, because Log Luffy at the start of final boss stage, he makes strength orbs beneficial for your whole team. So you can apply like that support effect with something like this to just get you a full board of matching orbs just without having to interrupt the enemy. It's super good. I like it a lot. I could definitely see this being used, and especially once the Snake Man legend comes out in a few months' time, which we expect it to come out in a few months' time. This character's great because Snake Man gives you a 5x attack boost if you have a strength slot. So having this support effect is great because you need to do damage dealing or health cut, and Snake Man does a damage dealing special. So you can literally just get all your strength orbs that you want, and you're good. Then again, you know, you obviously got the Snake Man special, which already gives you matching slots anyway, but using this on a Snake Man team nonetheless is really good. And this is going to see a lot of play in the future, is what I'm saying. So this is one that I would probably use support medals on. Remember, guys, do not spend support medals straight away. Like, if you see a new batch comes out, it's like, oh, I know that's got a good support effect, I should use medals. You should really hold off and only use support medals when you need the specific ability, because it might come time where you need a certain effect and you don't have any support medals, and then you're kind of screwed, right? So make sure to use the support medals only when you need to get a specific effect for content. Hopefully you guys understand that. 2159 is Magellan, who is kind of meh. I mean, I'm sure it's stat boosting, right? Yeah, 13% attack and recovery to any striker. Okay, that's not too bad, actually. Not terrible. I mean, like, Legends always have the best stat boosting abilities in the game. I actually kind of like this one, but I wouldn't use support medals on it, that's for sure. 2814 is Legend Lucy 6+. Okay, let's have a look and see what he's all about. So, attaches to Koala, Rebecca, or Hack. Once per adventure, when the enemy inflicts you a special rewind, reduces the cooldown by 3 turns. Okay. That is good. But I don't think that there's any Koala, Rebecca, or Hack that reduces your character's cooldowns. If there is, then that would be kind of good, because if your whole team gets inflicted with it, then you can use that special to, like, rewind all your other specials. Other than that, I don't really see too many situations where this is going to be, like, ridiculously good. But it's okay. It's not too bad. But it might have a really niche circumstance. And 1910, V2 Doflamingo. I really hope this guy gets a 6+, because he definitely needs it. His support is to Dofi family, damage reduction, 12% attack. I mean, his attack's not bad, right? It's pretty good. I mean, yeah. He doesn't even have a limit break expansion. Really? Huh. Well, hopefully that happens soon. Either way, I don't think it's a great support. I mean, it's fine. You could use dupes for it. Don't use support medals. So we have a list here from... Okay, so luckily, yeah, okay, shout out to Godot once again. He's actually gone ahead and listed characters that have good, like, unique effects compared to stats and damage reduction effects. So shout out to that guy. But apparently, we only have to go through just a small handful of characters, so that's really cool to know. Rare Recruit Hawkins. This guy is very, very old. He came out, like, in the first year of the game's release, like in the first few months of the game's release. Let's see what his support effect is. Supports any cerebral unit. Once per adventure, when the supported character uses a damage dealing or health cutting special, reduces the defense of all enemies by 50% for 3 turns. That is good, but 50% kind of sucks, not gonna lie. Yeah, 50% is not great. I mean, you might be able to find some sort of content where that's going to be good, but I feel like it's way better just to use someone like 20th Anniversary Frankie. Obviously, 20th Anniversary Frankie could... I think Frankie can attach to a lot of characters, right? Let me just get him up real quick, because just in case if you guys are wondering who I'm talking about, this guy right here, 20th Anniversary Frankie, he is really good because he attaches to Luffy, Robin, and Usopp. So you get, Robin is cerebral, so you can attach it to Robin. And when you use the special, it reduces the defense by like 70 or 80%, so it's a much higher defense reduction, and that can actually help you get through content. Whereas 50% reduction, if the enemy has like a lot of defense, that's really not going to make much difference anyway. So I don't think I'd worry about that Hawkins anyway. 1292 is Coliseum Lao G. So this is a free-to-play unit, so I have no idea what his support effect is going to be. Okay, only just some Dofi units. Once per adventure, when the enemy inflicts you with orb randomization, change all orbs into G. I like this, actually. This is good. This is really good, because if the enemy gives you like a full board of badly matching slots, you can just make them G. For those of you who don't know what a G orb is, it's essentially like, so in a situation where you get a matching orb, it gives you a 2x boost. A G orb is a 1.5x boost, so it's a little bit less. It's not as good as a matching slot, but it's better than a neutral slot, basically. This is good, but then again, if you have a captain that just makes certain slots beneficial, this actually wouldn't be as good as getting matching slots. So I guess it's very situational, but it's okay. He's free to play, so you can farm his support effect anyway. 1658 is Kandra. Kandra, let's have a look at this guy. His support effect, Kinemon, Raizo, Momonosuke, and Kikunojo. That's good that it supports Kiku. Once per adventure, when you're inflicted with Bind or Despair, reduce it by 2 turns. That's great. This is good. This is one that you'd maybe want to use support medals on. The fact is this attaches to Okiku, and there are a couple of good Okikus in the game right now, so this is really good. There's not too many good Kinemons in the game. There's like one good Raizo in the game, I would say. I mean, I guess the Kinemon, limited rare Kinemon could really abuse this. If you're running like a slasher team, you can run this as a support for that. That's pretty good. Raizo has that strength rare recruit one, is actually pretty good. Momo has like no good units in the game, and Kiku has the rare recruit and also the Kizuna, which is good. I like this a lot. This is a great support effect that I would definitely use medals on. The next one is going to be Strength Treble. So 1908 Strength Treble. This guy is just a generically good rare recruit. So he's really good. Got a good utility effect and the potential to give your driven characters an attack boost. But his support effect only supports Sugar. Okay. Once per adventure, when the supported character uses their special, reduces enemies' % damage reduction and threshold by 2 turns. I like this. I think on Japan, this will definitely see play because Legend Sugar obviously is a thing. Currently on Global, the only good Sugar is probably the Psy Rare Recruit one. I guess you could say the Quick Rare Recruit one might see play, but probably not because you have to use their special first. So I say this will only see play on Legend Sugar and also on Psy Rare Recruit Sugar. I think both of those characters can definitely abuse it. This is some nice driven support that we're seeing here, which is good to see. I like it. I like it a lot. Good stuff from Treble. Next is Koala. So 1953, the Valentine's Koala. I actually have no idea what this Koala does for her support effect, but her special is really good. Reducing Bind and Despair. If she reduces Bind and Despair, I'll be pretty happy. Yes, only supporting Sabo though, so when you use the special, you reduce Bind and Despair by 2 turns. So it's not one where you're inflicted with it. You have to use the character special in order to remove that, and it only attaches to Sabo. So this is interesting. You can't use it on Sabo and Koala, so I mean, like Dex Sabo, you could potentially use it on. You could use it on like Raid Sabo if you're still using that nowadays. Treasure Map Sabo could definitely see play with this. I guess there's a couple of good Sabos you could use it with, but it's really annoying when you got like the Koala and the Sabo units with their support effects only supporting, you know, Koala and Sabo and stuff like that. It's just a big problem because the dual unit Sabo and Koala is arguably one of the best characters in the game, and some of these supports you just can't use them with, which it's a real big downside, I feel. I feel like the revolutionaries just need like better stuff in general. The next one, 1955, which is Nami. I've been looking forward to this support effect for a while, actually. This Nami, great artwork, by the way. Her support effect supports Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, Brook, Chopper, Frankie. So it doesn't support all the Straw Hats, but it supports a lot of them. And once per adventure, when you use the special, reduces Bind and Despair by 2 turns. So it's the exact same as what we had with Koala just before, except you can attach it on like heaps more characters, which is really good to see. I like this a lot. Again, I've actually got a couple of dupes on my account, just saving for this support effect because of how good it is. So that's great. Shirahoshi, 1959. She has one of the greatest support effects in the game, actually. Paralysis, Special Bind, Attack Down, Healing, and then top row matching slots, just really good. And her support effect, Neptune and Fukaboshi, so Colosseum Neptune and Rare Recruit Neptunes are the first ones that come to mind. Once per adventure, when you're inflicted with Attack Down or Paralysis, reduce either Attack Down or Paralysis by 2 turns. This is great because there are not many situations or not many units in the game that can actually remove Attack Down with a support effect. Like there's Nekomamashi, there was the Kizuna Rare Recruit unit. There's a very, very small amount of them. Another one as well is with the Paralysis as well. There aren't too many characters that with their support effect can reduce Paralysis. So this is good. Really good. I like that a lot. But of course, very limited to the amount of characters that you can attach to. But as I said, Colosseum Neptune sees heaps of play. So this is definitely a support effect you could definitely use. I like it a lot. Next is going to be Colosseum Neptune 2123. Speak of the devil, this guy is amazing. So let's see what this guy's support effect's all about. Honestly, this is probably one of my favorite free-to-play characters in the entire game. His support, Shirahoshi or Fukaboshi. Once per adventure, when the supported character uses their special, reduces Despair by 2 turns and reduce Resilience by 2 turns. Interesting. So again, characters you could attach to, like the Dex Shirahoshi we just went through, you could attach it to this. You could attach it to Legend Shirahoshi, Shirahoshi and Mancherry. All fantastic characters. Unfortunately, Fukaboshi only has like that one rare recruit character that's somewhat okay. When he first released, he was very good, but to today's standards, it's not really that great. So it would be nice if Fukaboshi got some more love with a new unit, but still, there are plenty of Shirahoshis you could attach to, which makes this support effect relatively usable. And the last one is Praline, one of my favorite rare recruits in the game as well. So another great utility unit, reducing 5 turns of threshold, defense up, % damage reduction. Very good unit. So her support only supports Aladdin, adds 5% of this character's stats to the supported unit. When you hit a perfect, reduces increased defense and % damage reduction by 1 turn. I like this a lot, dude. This is so good. So this is very reminiscent of some of those other support effects that we've had in the game right now, like Conus, like the support carrot that came out on the support banner a couple weeks ago. Very similar to that, but this removes blue shield and rainbow shield by 1 turn. So you could use this in a lot of situations. You know, if you're like stalling or something and the enemy has like 2 turns of or 3 turns of % damage reduction and increased defense, you could tap a perfect, stall 1 turn, and then burst on the next turn, hitting with this character first to hit a perfect to break their shield and then just break through. I like it a lot. I think I don't think I'd use medals on it, but I think I would definitely like start saving copies of Praline to just use on herself. Now, unfortunately, there's like a large list of characters which are predominantly just going to be Fortnite units, Coliseum units. There are a few rare recruits along the way as well, but most of them are all stat boosting and damage reducing effects. So all of the support effects that we just went through, those are all the good ones that you should be focusing in on in the upcoming banner, which it's gonna be dropping on the 21st, is when you're gonna be able to apply all of these support effects to your units. But definitely my favorite one is Akainu. Akainu, I think, is gonna see the most play moving forward, and I really, really like the fact that we're finally getting it, as well as the Valentine's Shirahoshi, the Valentine's Nami as well, are fantastic units. Strength Treble could definitely see play in the future once Legend Sugar comes out. Removing defensive effects when you launch her special is really good. And then there's like, you know, Rare Recruit Hawkins for reducing defense. You got Praline, which is really unique. Coliseum Neptune. Like, there's a lot of good units that you could focus in on here, but as I said, unfortunately, most of the support effects are all stat boosting ones, which is not very exciting. But that's going to wrap up this video today, guys. Hopefully you guys learned something and you can kind of figure out where you want to be spending your support medals. But remember, as I said a little earlier on in this video, you should really focus in on using support medals only when you need very specific effects. Otherwise, you know, when you need a certain effect and you don't have the support effect maxed because you used it on something else, you're going to be a little bit sorry. So make sure to be very, very careful when using your support medals. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video today, and if you guys did, make sure to leave a like. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content I post on my channel, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But on that, guys, I will see you guys within the next video.